Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. So the beer I've just done is one from Hobson's, supermarket beer. I've done a lot of supermarket beers recently. They're sort of like I wouldn't say budget beers, but they are kind of. A lot of the cheaper ones. And we've got another one here that I got. And I picked it up from Home Bargains, of all places. And it doesn't look like one that would normally be released over here. But I don't know, I'm just sort of like things going in my head. But yeah, what we've got is one from Home Bargains, or was it? Yeah, it was Home Bargains. Home Bargains. And it's from Brewdog, of all people, or all breweries, I should say. And it's a can of their Assassin Squid. No, Albino Squid Assassin, is it? Where the fucking hell is it? Albino Squid Assassin. There we go. Look at that. Typical, I mean, even the name sounds a bit Japanese. The artwork is very Japanese, and on the back of the can, it's all Japanese. So I don't know if this has just been brewed for the Japanese market or something and sent out, and Home Bargains just bought a shitload because it's not selling or something. I don't know. But yes, Albino Squid Assassin. It's a red rye India Pale Ale. It's in a 330ml can, so only a small can, but it's coming in at It's coming in at 7.4%, and this cost me a whole £1.29. So really, all right, yeah, 330ml, but 7.4%, £1.29. You can't really complain. So quite cool artwork, like I say, typical sort of Japanese stuff. Let's get it open, get it in my little Brewdog glass, and see what we get. Now it's not overly chilled. I took it out earlier on today. I think it was this morning, actually, thinking about it. So I don't know if it's, I'm thinking red rye sort of IPA, you might want it a little bit warmer. But I don't know. So, get it into a glass, see what we get. Still a bit left in the can. And there we go. That is as red as you like, isn't it? If you like. Not seeing much bubble go up, but it's red, it's hazy. It's got it's not an off-white head, if you like. Well, it is. It's not white, but it's kind of got a reddy tinge on the head as well. We got a little hair there. But yeah, finger will sort of mix and match. Reddy hue kind of head on it. But it looks decent, to be fair. It does look decent. It looks a lot like a red ale, really, to be honest. And that's probably all it is. But looks good. Let's dive in on the nose and see what we get. Yeah, it smells like a red ale, really. With a hint of sort of like that IPA hop feel behind it. Malty. A little bit sweet. But smells alright, actually. Smells alright. So let's get the rest in. I'm going to have to do not too much talking here. Tell you what it is, otherwise I'll run out of beer before I can finish the review. So, Albino Squid Assassin, Brewdog, 7.4%, £1.29, Home Bargains. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, oh, oh. It's a bit powerful on the old ABV. You certainly get that ABV. Let's go in again. Body. I mean, it's a small glass. It had a decent head on it. It didn't feel too bad in the mouth, to be fair. But I would still say it's quite light. But £1.29, you know, for this sort of beer. What was I expecting? But it is quite light. I think there was another one that I've done. The Cape Cartel. That was a stout. That was quite light. This is quite light in body. Carbonation is quite busy, but does disappear pretty quick. It's not massively smooth, as you'd expect, I guess, with a light body and quite a busy carbonation in there. On the taste, it's got a richness about it, a malty richness on the front. For me, the first thing that you sort of get though is the alcohol. You get that 7.4%. It's quite sort of in your face, and not. I'm not going to say it's real nasty, but it's not overly pleasant. You get the hoppy thing going on, that IPA kind of hoppy thing. There's a flavour in there that I just can't put my finger on at the moment. Maybe my head's just gone blank. But I've had it before in beers. It's sort of, you get that red ale sort of taste to it that you always get. But it's also got that IPA sort of hoppy sort of tang to it as well. No real bitterness. Well, the bitterness is, yeah, it's coming in. There's maybe a little bit of grapefruit that comes in. It's slightly sweet to start off with, slightly sweet. Back end, the bitterness kicks in. Excuse me. I'm going to say that's grapefruit bitterness. You sort of get that grapefruit bitterness coming in. And it sort of lingers for a while. It's still there, but not massively punchy, you know, but that's a long way down the line after swallowing, to be fair. 7.4%, I think you get that. It's got a pair of nuts on it, this ABV, as it really has. Yeah, it's a little bit, whew. if it gives you that little shudder, it's either, it's showing too much of that ABV, isn't it? But, you know, what do I think of it? A little bit powerful in ABV. But otherwise, it's doing exactly what it is. It's got that red rye, sort of red ale sort of feel to it, if you like. It's definitely got that IPA thing in there as well, with the sort of grapefruit bitterness. It's almost like a red Elvis juice in a sense, in a funny kind of way, but ramped up. And really, apart from the ABV being a bit too in your face, I think it's quite a nice little drop, really, to be honest. So, do I think you're ripped off? Certainly not ripped off. Would I recommend picking it up? I would recommend people trying it, because I think flavour-wise of the beer, it's not too bad. But I think you maybe just notice that 7.4% a bit too much. You might like it, but I find it a little bit too much for me. But yeah, Albino Squid Assassin, Home Bargains, Red Rye India Pale Ale, 7.4%, £1.29. I reckon it's got to be worth trying. It's got to be worth trying. I'm not going to say it's the greatest beer going, but there's plenty of pluses about it, and there's more pluses than bad things about it. So yeah, give it a go if you see it. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.